Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are all doing really well. Today we're gonna be ranking face masks. Now I know what some of you guys might be thinking. Casey, what the fuck? Which, totally understandable, but hear me out. I've noticed over the past few months, as face masks have become required in a lot more areas than a couple months ago, that there have been a lot of marketplaces that have been popping up to offer face masks because there's obviously a big demand for them. With that though, there's been a very interesting rise in the weirdest designs I've ever seen in general, let alone put on a face mask that you would wear out. So I thought that we could look at some of the weirdest ones that I found and just rank them. I do want to make it clear before anyone gets the wrong idea that while we are ranking these masks, at the end of the day, if I saw someone wearing one of these masks like at a grocery store or just anywhere where a mask is required, I'd just be happy that they're wearing a mask because they're protecting themselves and they're protecting the people around them. So any of these masks are better than no mask at all. In general though, I don't really understand why people don't want to wear a mask. Like, it's a free nose job. How are we not unanimously on board with this? I will say that most of these are just figuratively a danger to society, but there also are some that are quite literally a danger to society. So I want to say that this video is like 97% joshing around, and then the other 3% is just complete disbelief that we're living at the same time as people that are completely devoid of any critical thinking skills. And let's just get to the ranking. Before we start today's video though, I did want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, which is ExpressVPN. As some of you guys probably know by now, I'm a pretty big fan of ExpressVPN, but if you haven't heard of the company before, they're a VPN that I've been using for about a year now. What's great about using ExpressVPN is they keep my online information secure and they help protect my privacy online too by encrypting all of my data and hiding my location so my internet activity actually stays private. My favorite feature though is definitely the content unblocking feature, which I'm sure by now everybody knows that Netflix really likes to pick and choose which movies and TV shows are available to you depending on where you live, which is kind of like a sick game of musical chairs, which is really sad and very frustrating. But since I started using ExpressVPN, this isn't even an issue for me anymore, because even though I live in Canada and there's shows that I want to watch outside of my region, like for example Billy on the Street is only available to US Netflix users, all I have to do is just open up ExpressVPN, pretend that I'm in the US, and then watch it as many times as I want. How this works is that every device has a unique IP address that can be traced back to you. When you use ExpressVPN, your connection gets routed through one of their 3,000 plus servers, hiding your real IP address and replacing it with one of their own. This means you can browse the web anonymously with servers in 94 different countries, which means you've got a massive variety of places you can choose to appear from. And on top of all that, they've got the fastest speeds, 24/7 customer support, and in general, it's just super easy to set up because all it takes is just one click to fire up the app and connect. So if you want to check out ExpressVPN for yourself, find out how you can get 3 months free by clicking the link in the description box below, which is expressvpn.com/Aonso. Okay, so starting from the bottom, we have the replace your family doctor with essential oils tier, which this is the worst tier that you can be in, quite honestly, out of all of these rankings. You could also call this the cuckoo bananas tier if you'd like it. It's up to you, but basically, if your mask is in here, I would be concerned. Next, we have the uncomfortably patriotic tier, which I feel like this is another self-explanatory one. This is like reserved for any masks that are just very patriotically obnoxious, if that makes sense. Following that tier, we have the you peaked in high school tier. I guess the best way to describe this one is this is reserved for masks that I feel like I would only picture on people who peaked in high school. Following that, we have the Facebook mom tier, which is kind of the same as the you peaked in high school tier, except if you wear any of the masks in this tier, you're probably a Facebook mom. Now the final tier on this list, which I would personally argue is the creme de la creme, mainly because it's the only good tier on this list, is called the Soul Lady tier. Soul Lady is actually the debut album by Yukika. It's flawless, impeccable, stunning. So basically any mask that's in this tier is flawless, impeccable, stunning. So the first few face masks we're going to be talking about today technically fall in the category of White Claw face masks. There is so much to unpack here. I think my first question is more for the American phenomenon that is White Claw versus actually a question for these masks. But I remember last summer, everyone was obsessed with these drinks. They finally came to Canada this past summer, and I had that kind of expectation where I was like, this probably isn't going to be as good as the hype, but also I'm kind of hoping it is. And I have to be honest, they taste not that good. So I'm genuinely confused why so many people are this obsessed with this drink that it would be on this many face masks. Like, we have this Instagram sticker kind of style one. We have another that says, ain't no laws when you're drinking claws. And then another that says, will remove for White Claw, which I just don't understand the hype over these to this extent. I guess it technically makes sense that these exist because there are definitely people out there who have taken on this drink as a personality trait, so I guess it makes sense. I will say though, if I had like a gun to my head and I had to choose to wear one of these masks, I'd probably choose the one that looks like an Instagram story sticker, mainly because I'd rather dunk my head in a bucket of glue than wear anything that says ain't no laws when you're drinking claws. So ranking wise, where are these guys going? Ranking wise, I honestly don't think there's anywhere else White Claw face masks belong than the You Peaked in High School tier. Moving on, apparently Hype House masks exist. Get your hype on. The thing is though, like, they're not official masks. They're all bootlegs, which it's almost impressive how big the black market for Hype House masks is, because there's so many of them. And like most bootlegs, there are definitely some that are more legit looking and others that are definitely not. We have one with the Hype House logo on it, one that has a slightly less official looking Hype House logo on it, and then there's this one where it's just the Hype House written in balloons, and then there's this one. No words. The weirdest mask by far though is this one where it's like a collage of photos, but it's just shirtless male Hype House members. There's not a single person that could wear that mask and not look creepy. Like, I don't even think a 9-year-old could get away with that. Now, in terms of ranking, this is actually kind of hard because the Hype House masks don't really definitively fit in any of the tiers. Like, I can't put them in the You Peaked in High School tier because the people that are wearing these masks aren't even old enough to go to high school, let alone peak in it. But at the same time, they definitely don't belong in the Facebook mom tier or the you replace your family doctor with essential oils one. So I guess they're going in the uncomfortably patriotic tier. Maybe this does kind of make sense. Like, the masks do make me uncomfortable. So maybe for the sake of this video, the Hype House is now a country. Congratulations. Viva la Hype House. The next mask we have to rank is the Roblox face mask. I think this is the funniest thing. Look at her little smile. Imagine seeing this in a grocery store. Like, this is amazing. It's so simple, but it's so good. That is a 10 out of 10 mask. I really like that one, and that's going straight to the Soul Lady tier where it belongs. The next mask is very odd in my opinion, and it is a Mazda face mask. Why would you go out of your way to get this? Like, I would imagine the only people that would buy this thing are people that own a Mazda, but if you own a Mazda car, the logo is on the car. Why do you need it also on your mask? I would just like to let everybody in aisle 7 know that I do, in fact, own a Prius. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about cars or stereotypes about the people that drive those cars, so I don't know if wearing a Mazda mask is like in line for somebody who drives a Mazda, so if anyone who's actually into that kind of stuff could let me know, because I honestly did not see any other car logo masks except for this one, but it's definitely weird. Ranking wise, I think I'm gonna put it in the You Peaked in High School tier, mainly because this mask is giving me the same energy as like that girl in grade 12 who got her license and would come in dramatically late to class, like jangling the shit out of her keys. Moving on, we're gonna be looking at some mesh face masks. You heard me right. Mesh face masks. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, while some of these are figuratively a danger to society, I think that these ones definitely fit in the category of being quite literally a danger to society. The first time that I heard about mesh face masks was when I saw this tweet that had taken a screenshot of someone's Facebook page, and the caption to this photo was, "Guys, a new shipment of masks has arrived. Beautiful and super comfortable. Allows breath much easier. In addition to the delicacy and femininity that these tulle masks bring to the female face. You can order girls now." Oh my god. I would like to say that this is the only instance that this happened, but when I searched mesh face mask on Etsy, it turned out that this is a lot larger of a trend than I think all of us would like to think it is. They've got a butterfly kissed mesh mask, a grooves and neon one. If you're feeling a bit girly, you could get the monarch butterfly option, or if you want sparkle, there's a blue sequin one, or if you're feeling a bit flirty, you could even get a lace mesh mask.
Have you people lost your minds?
Do you guys want to know what you look like when you wear a mesh face mask in public? Hold on, give me a second here. This is what you look like. An idiot. If you want to wear these during Coachella or like a festival when the pandemic's over, like, have at it. Some of them are pretty cute, but the whole point of wearing a mask is that it protects you and the people around you because there's like filters in it and stuff like that. But when you wear a mesh face mask, there's literally no difference between you wearing that mask and just not wearing a mask at all. Obviously, all of these mesh masks will be going straight to the You Replace Your Family Doctor with Essential Oils tier because there is absolutely nowhere else they belong. Next, we have a mask for the NSFW community. It's the Corset Fashion Face Mask, and I'm not entirely sure if the intention was for the middle of this mask to look like a butt crack, but it looks like a butt crack. I almost want to like buy it and see what the general reception would be. I mean, like, it's one thing to see something like this online. I feel like it's another thing to like see it on someone's face as they're grocery shopping as if it's like completely normal. This mask situation is kind of similar to the Hype House mask one, where I feel like it doesn't really fit in definitively in any tiers, so I don't know where to put it. I want to say that it would go in the Facebook mom tier because I feel like a mom would buy this thinking it's just like a cute corset design and wouldn't realize that it kind of looks like an ass crack. So I feel like that's where it kind of belongs out of all these other tiers. This mask in general is like one of the cutest things I've ever seen, but I definitely also appreciate that they took the extra effort to actually embroider Tom Nook into the mask instead of just screen printing him on it. It's 10 out of 10. Soul Lady tier. Now, if you thought the White Claw masks were bad, I unfortunately have to introduce you to the Mega Claw Trump 2020 masks. Now, technically both of these masks use the same stock model photo, but I feel like when she's wearing this one, you can almost all of a sudden see pain. This actually isn't the only Trump one though that's available. There's also this lovely kerfuffle of chaos that's called the Trump Tank 3-layer mask. This is just so chaotic. Like, I don't even understand why somebody would want to wear this thing. It's just so aggressive. Like, can you imagine a customer coming in and they're getting ready to buy something and you look up and all you see is Trump, tanks, America, eagle. Like, relax. This is a Loblaws. This one as well. Like, why? Do you have no other hobbies other than these 3 things and wearing terrible fonts on your face by choice? I think this is another one where it's pretty obvious where these masks are going, and they are definitely going in the uncomfortably patriotic tier. The next mask also involves God, but this time it doesn't include Trump, and it is the Christian face mask that says God is in control and his timing is perfect. Beautifully put, girl defined. There seems to be this trend within the Christian subgenre of face masks where they keep writing think pieces on their masks, even though no one is gonna have the time to read it as they pass you. Like, I understand your intention, but no one's reading all that. I feel like these definitely belong in the Facebook mom tier because I feel like a lot of these quotes I've seen reshared on Facebook by Facebook moms. The next few face masks we're gonna be talking about were inevitable, to say the least, and they're wine face masks. We've got masks that just have a copyrighted photo of wine on them, where the person who made it didn't even bother to fully erase the watermark off the photo. And of course, we have the Will Remove for Wine mask and about 70 other versions of that exact same quote. I feel like on their own, these masks aren't that terrifying. Like, they're quite innocent, but I feel like if I saw a mob of women all wearing these masks just marching through the aisle, I would be terrified. I think we all know exactly where these masks are going, and they are going, of course, in the Facebook mom tier. Beyond wine face masks, there's also the bootleg emoji ones, like this one that just says, ew, people. She reminds me of the green M&M. I don't know why. There's also a male version of this mask if you're looking for a little like couple situation, but this one instead says, I don't have COVID, but I do have a temper, so keep your distance. She was fearless and crazier than him. She was his queen, and God help anyone who dared to disrespect his queen. I feel like there's no other tier that these belong in solely because of the bootleg emoji choice than the Facebook mom tier. Next, we have a Canadian one, which I'm not really sure if the meme that this mask is referencing actually went viral beyond Canada or if it was more of like a contained thing within the country. But the mask says, speak moistly to me, and it's referencing something that our Prime Minister said in one of his like interview things that was really weird.
Because it prevents you from breathing or speaking moistly on them.
It's an understatement to say that people took that clip and ran with it. There's like tons of remixes of it, and somebody put a version of it up on Spotify that's now available for people to listen to. So I'm not really surprised that this mask exists. I would be more surprised if people actually bought it, but I just really wish it hadn't employed that stupid cursive font that everyone uses. See, with this one I'm kind of torn because I feel like there's two groups of people that would buy a mask for an expired meme, and those two people are Facebook moms and people who have peaked in high school. So I almost kind of want to like put it in both. Is that allowed? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna make an exception. Now, if the word moist on that last mask made you uncomfortable, I'm sorry to tell you that we are not done with the uncomfortable face mask yet, because we haven't even gotten to the overly sexual ones that include a penis face mask. And I'm sorry to say that it does deliver on the name. As you can see, the penis face mask does indeed have just cartoon penises all over it. I just don't get where you would even wear this. Like, I feel like most places where you can go right now, like where you have to wear a mask at least, are areas that are accessible to everyone, like including families and children. So I don't really know why you'd want to wear that mask around people who probably don't want to see penises all over a face mask because they're like 9. I will say though that that mask is more subtle than the next overly sexual mask that we're going to look at, which definitely gets right to the point. I think they eat ass. Once again with ranking, I have no idea where to place this. Like, I don't really think it belongs in the peaked in high school tier or the Facebook mom tier. I mean, it depends on the Facebook mom, but I feel like the general Facebook mom would not wear something like this. And it's definitely not the top tier or the very bottom tier. So I guess uncomfortably patriotic again, even though it has nothing to do with a country. Yeah, you know what? By the terms of this video, not only is the Hype House a country, but so is your ass. Viva la asshole. Viva la asshole. Viva la asshole. This next mask is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Listen, I know I sound insane, but just close your eyes and picture being in a supermarket and seeing somebody walking around with this on, acting like it's completely normal. Look at the model photos. I think what makes this mask so great is the difference between like your resting eyes and like how they look with no emotion, and then you're wearing a mask where a cat looks like he's going, ah! This is Soul Lady tier, 100%. Like, this is amazing. This next one I'm definitely gonna spoil ranking wise. It's definitely going in the Soul Lady tier, and it is the Baby Yoda quilted face mask. I know at least one person is gonna be in the comments being like, this meme is dead. He is more than a meme. To me. This is full stop like the cutest thing I've ever seen. Look at how cute the little animations are. You guys can roast me all you want for still liking Baby Yoda, but this is the cutest shit ever. I would wear the shit out of this, and it's going straight in the Soul Lady tier, where it belongs. Next we have a girl boss mask, which technically I really shouldn't like this because the term girl boss just, it's nails on a chalkboard for me, but I would argue that there's a positive to this mask in the sense that you can probably tell by whoever in your life buys this mask that they're going to be the one that's about to start peddling a pyramid scheme in your Instagram DMs. Shit, I feel like this is another one where like this should technically be in 2 tiers, because I feel like there's 2 groups of people that turn into pyramid scheme peddlers, and those are Facebook moms and people who peaked in high school. So am I making this exception again? The final masks we're going to be looking at today are almost as scary as the mesh face masks are idiotic. And that's because these masks fall in the category of Joker masks. Listen, I'm sorry, but if I see somebody wearing this in public, I'm running. Does anybody know where this mask should go? Anyone? If it's okay with you guys, I vote that we make a temporary tier that is just a trash can on the screen, and we'll put it in there. Are we good with this? I'm good with this. there's no one else in this room, so I guess we're good with this. Anyways, that was the last mask that I had to rank today. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy, feel free to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me outside of YouTube, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which are both Casey Aonso as well. I also have a second channel, which is more like beauty, lifestyle vlog kind of content, so if you're interested in that kind of stuff, I'll be linking it in the description box below. But otherwise, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video again, and I will see you guys in the next one. I genuinely have no idea where to put this. What's the definition of patriotic again? Maybe that does make sense though, because maybe the hype house spiritually is like a country. And can I shut the fuck up? Oh, and just a lace mesh mask if you're looking to seduce anybody in aisle 3.